Are we finally in a buyer's market? Vancouver inventory just hit a multi year high, and for the first time in a while, buyers have real negotiating power. Let's break it down on what's happening in Vancouver's housing market. Hey everyone, it's Nancy from Bespoke Real Estate Group with eXp Realty. If you've been watching Vancouver's housing market closely, you've probably noticed that homes are sitting longer and sellers are getting more flexible. I'm breaking down the latest data for October 2025 and what it means for buyers, sellers, and investors. So stay tuned. When we zoom out, this slowdown isn't new. Vancouver has been in a 3 year cooling phase. So, what's interesting is that it hasn't been a crash. Instead, we've been in what's called a stuck market, where neither buyers nor sellers are moving quickly. Buyers are cautious, waiting for the right deal or hoping for lower prices, and sellers are hesitant to adjust expectations after so many years of strong growth. That's created this middle ground where prices have stabilized but sales volume remain low. It's a sign that confidence, not just affordability, is driving the pace right now. So now let's dive deep. Let's start with a quick snapshot of what's happening right now. The benchmark price across Greater Vancouver is sitting at roughly 1.19 million, down just under 1% from last month, but still about 1% higher than last year, showing steady, not drastic movement. Sales are down about 16% year over year and sit roughly 25% below the 10-year average, which signals slower momentum overall. At the same time, active listings are up 22%, marking the highest inventory we've seen in years. The sales to active listing ratio is around 14.9%, which officially leans towards a buyer favorable market. And homes are now taking an average 30 plus days to sell, giving buyers more breathing room and negotiating power. So, overall, this is the market where patience pays off, especially for buyers. Condos are under the most amount of pressure right now. Sales are down 23.4% year over year, reflecting in a challenging period for this segment. Condo benchmark prices are at 5 year lows, and we're seeing an oversupply of a lot of unsold homes. Many are new builds or pre sales nearing completion. Investors have stepped really back from the Vancouver condo market right now. End users find sizes too small, and it's a mismatch that has left the market saturated. As people are looking for larger resale condos now compared to new builds, where layouts are better and prices are more negotiable. And investor participation has significantly dropped in the recent years from 36%, a few years ago to 8%, which is a very big jump. Detached home continue to face slower activity. The benchmark price is about $1.9 million, and sales to active ratio sits roughly around 13%, which historically points to downward price points pressure if the trend continues. Homes in this category are taking over a month to sell, and buyers have more room for negotiation, especially if a property has been sitting for a while. So, detached homes offer the most opportunity right now for negotiating, and buyers looking for more space or land are finally seeing leverage return. And for sellers, patience is key right now. It's really, really important that you price right from the start, because what we're seeing right now, if the home has longer days on market and sellers end up chasing the market, they end up actually getting less than what they would have gotten if they priced it lower to begin with. So I know a lot of sellers right now, they want to try the market, but it's important to just price it off right from the beginning and get it off your hands, or else it's like a rolling ball down the hill. You're going to be potentially catching onto the market. And by the time you catch onto the market, the ball has gone down a lot lower than you would have liked it to. So patience is key, but pricing right is so important. Now, for townhomes are holding their ground and is the most balanced segment. And so in every city, not just dependent, every city, I would say townhomes are selling quite well. They have the fastest days on market because it appeals to every segment of buyers, downsizers, upsizers. It's also affordable. It's the middle ground between a condo and a detached home, and it has the strongest sales to active ratio. It's the healthiest balance between supply and demand. It's reliable towards end user demand as well. Consistent interest from upsizers and families, as I discussed. And it has limited supply. So a lot of townhomes, in one city, or in one neighborhood, there's only a number of stratas. So because of the limited supply, there's more demand for it and harder to get. Rates and policy, why demand isn't surging. So the Bank of Canada has done rate cuts for four consecutive times right now. And it's taken steps to try to stimulate the economy, lowering the cost of borrowing. Bank of Canada governor has stated that interest rates are at a lower end of the range and signaling that there may not be any further rate cuts expected in 2025. The next rate decision is scheduled for December 10th, so let's see how that goes. Economists note that it typically takes about 18 months for rate cuts to fully ripple through the housing market, suggesting the impact of 2025 won't be that much until maybe closer to mid 2026, where we're going to see some movement in the market. So what does that mean for buyers? There's going to be high inventory means more choices for buyers that are getting into the market. And I really recommend, I've been seeing this for years, upsizers and first time home buyers. If you're getting into the market or you're looking for a bigger home, now is the best time to get in. Think about the rent that you're going to be paying year over year. That's a potential down payment, and that can be going towards equity in your home. For buyers, you have stronger negotiating power due to buyer leaning market, access to the best condo pricing in over 5 years now. So this is someone that's looking to hold and purchase this property for long term. So the flipping market here isn't really ideal. So for flippers in Vancouver, a softer detached pricing creates entry opportunities for anyone that's looking, like I said, upsizers that's been wanting to get into a detached home. Now is the time. Target listings have been on the market for 45 to over 60 days. There may be opportunities there where they're motivated to sell at a lower price or monitor them for a price adjustment. What it means for sellers, as I said before, for sellers there are longer days on market. So, but every neighborhood is a little bit different, right? So, but most of the time here it's longer days on market. We do have to be more patient. More competition than previous years. People have more to choose from. What we're finding is that buyers are taking a bit longer to make decisions. They're looking at properties maybe 2 to 3 times before even making a decision on writing an offer because they have more to choose from. Buyer expectations are higher, focusing on value and condition. So we want to make sure that your home is in the best condition possible, so buyers do not have a chance to say no to your property. You want to price ahead of the market to attract immediate interest and leverage professional staging, high quality marketing. We also do a lot of digital marketing to make sure that your property stays ahead of the game to create the maximum exposure. I'll offer flexible terms for buyers. A lot of times right now, buyers are upsizing or they're downsizing, so we may have to offer more flexible completion dates and possession dates to make that happen for them. And be prepared for negotiations is buyers are seeking some leverage there too. So sellers must adapt to current market condition. And it's really important to understand what the market is, how the market is going in your specific neighborhood. So if you like a personalized market review, a market valuation for your specific property, our 2025 neighborhood price tracker, or market insider news, please reach out. We also have a Calendly link down below to book an appointment with us, or send us an email or call us for any information. We look forward to be your trusted real estate team in Vancouver, helping you move forward with clarity and confidence. Thank you so much for watching.